What's going on? This is Frank Nitty here. Once again, going to be talking some Packers football in the new 2023 NFL season. Yeah, what an impressive win the Packers had yesterday. Very, very impressive win. I just want to say right off the bat that um, uh, it's unfortunate what happened to Aaron Rodgers last night in the game against the Buffalo Bills. But I know that all the drama as far as the off season went and Rodgers leaving the team and the Packers going into a new season with Jordan Love as our new starting quarterback, there was going to be a lot of media attention around it. And for the most part, whenever you saw people talking about the Packers, they were pretty much just writing the Packers off. Expecting the Green Bay to have a mediocre season. Because at the end of the day, that's just what sports media is all about, especially when they're talking about the NFL. It's all about who's under center, and it's not like that's not important. But we talk all the time about how football is a team sport, and how it's the ultimate team sport, and everything has to come together in order to win in this league. And while you do need good to great quarterback play, at the end of the day, you still need everybody doing their jobs, everyone doing what they're supposed to be doing. And you kind of saw that last night with the Jets and Bills, even after Rodgers went down. And they still managed to win the game because they came together as a team and won. And I think that's kind of what we saw with the Packers' Week 1 win over the Chicago Bears. I know that Jordan Love was the main focus, but I think one of the biggest reasons why the Packers were able to come out and win this first game of the season was because the team was just clicking at every stage. The offense was playing well. The defense was playing well. Special teams was playing well. How many times, how often do we see that? The special teams clicking. So it was a really, really good, fun football game to watch because coming into this season, expectations were pretty low. With Jordan Love as our new primary starter, we're not really sure how far we're going to go with the kid. But at the very least, we saw some good things from this game. And a lot of it had to do with just, one, good game planning. I give Matt LaFleur a lot of credit for just having, I give Matt LaFleur a lot of credit for game planning around and making sure Jordan Love was comfortable out there. There were times where I thought that Matt's play calling was a little iffy. After the Packers scored on that first opening drive where Jordan Love, took us down the field. He threw the touchdown to Romeo Doubs on a good route. Good route, good throw, good drive. But a lot of that drive and the touchdown that ended it, the main contributor on that drive was Aaron Jones. But then right after that, Matt LaFleur didn't have Aaron Jones out on the field for the rest of the half. And you just saw it took effect right away. And, and at the end of the day, that's just kind of my problem with Matt LaFleur. It's because we shouldn't be having this conversation anymore about who the Packers' best playmaker on offense is. It's still Aaron Jones. And when he's out there on the field, you're expecting big things to happen. And you don't want to put your young quarterback like Jordan Love in a position where the game is just all in his hands. You don't want that. You need to always make sure you consistently have the run game going. You got the wide receivers. You need to make sure the wide receivers are doing their jobs. You got to make Jordan Love be as comfortable as possible so he can play well and the team can play well. Because you don't want, again, like I said, you do not want to be sitting here putting the ball in his hands and asking him to do too much. And I thought that was kind of what Matt LaFleur was doing after that first drive. But thankfully, in the second half, he realized, Aaron Jones is on this football team, and he fed him the ball, and we went down and scored on our first two possessions of the second half, and then scored two more times in the fourth quarter. And at that point, after Quay Walker's interception, even though he got cracked when he crossed the goal line, after that, you pretty much sealed it that it was the Packers once again just whipping the Chicago Bears' ass, and I loved it. But yeah, I think you can contribute a lot to just the biggest reason why we won this game. Again, like I said, the team just came together. They played well. All these guys did. The pass protection was very well. And I just think the offensive line, just offensive linemen in general, they don't get enough credit. But when you have a good line and you're able to protect your quarterback as well as the Packers did yesterday, you're gonna see a lot of good things. Drop back after drop back, Joe Love was just able to hang in the pocket, wait for receivers to come open, and throw the ball into passing windows, especially on key downs. We did a amazing job. He did an amazing job on third and even fourth down attempts. Jordan Love was just poised, in the pocket. He stood there. He made his throws. He made his good through his reads. And you got to credit the offensive line for giving him all the time that he needed to make plays when we needed to make plays. And I also, to go into the defense, the defense played well as well. I think the defense sacked Justin Field, I think 2 or 3 times. They were pressuring him a lot. Kenny Clark was doing his thing. Rashawn Gary in his limited snaps. Still, when he was able to rush Justin Field, he got to him a couple of times, almost sacking him. Justin Field is not an easy guy to get down, especially with his athleticism. But these guys were definitely all over him. He was getting hit. We was throwing him off his game a lot. He was making some bad throws. And, that's what that's what you want when you're going up against a guy like Justin Fields. And, yeah. That pitch, and like I said, that pick six by Quay Walker and the run back was incredible. And that's the reason why the Packers were able to defeat the Bears 38-20. Everybody was doing their jobs. We won the turnover battle. We won the turnover battle. We intercepted the ball twice. We didn't cause any turnovers from our end. We made big explosive plays, especially to Aaron Jones on a 51-yard catch and run. Yeah, the 4th down and 3 conversion where he took it to the house. He pulled up, though, at the end of it. And unfortunately, he injured his hamstring. And let's just really hope that he's not out for too long, because we definitely need him out in the field, because I don't want too much pressure on Jordan Love, not this early in the season. I do not want that. But yeah, that was all, just really good stuff, man. Just really good stuff. Really nice to see the Packers just come out and play some good football on week 1, which is definitely something that's been a problem with this team for a while. We always start the season just playing sloppy and acting like we don't even belong on that football field a lot of times. But not this week. And so I know there's a lot of Chicago Bear fans out there who are really pissed and angry that they figured that they were going to come into this game and just beat down the Packers now that Rodgers is gone, and thankfully that didn't happen. I'm just happy that at the very least that we were here to get this week 1 win and over a division opponent. And going forward, we just got to see what happens, man. Going forward, you don't want to jump to too many conclusions. You don't want to jump into too many conclusions. It's only one game. As I said, even though I'm glad that we didn't come out playing sloppy, you got a lot of teams out there who had higher expectations than the Packers, like the Chiefs and the Bills, and the Chiefs, the Bills, the Bengals. You saw those teams playing terribly. Those guys. But at the end of the day, they can bounce back. They can bounce back right away in the following week. Football is a week to week. It's just week to week, man. You never know what you're gonna get. So even though the Packers played well, we got to see how these guys continue to play for the rest of the season. Like I said, expectations aren't high. You don't know what we're gonna get out of this team. But at least for this one game, I like what I saw. I like what I saw from the defense. The pass rush was really nice. I love what we got from the offense, from Jordan Love, and I really hope he continues to play well. As long as Matt LaFleur coaches him right, just calls the right plays and just sticks with him. Don't put too much pressure on him when he doesn't need to. Lean on the run game with Aaron Jones. Give him as much touches as possible, because quite frankly, you're not going to get much out of A.J. Dillon. I'm just going to say it. It's I know it's just only one game, but A.J. Dillon really, I'll be happy just limiting his snaps more or less this season, because we're just not getting too much out of him when he's on that field, which is unfortunate. But other than that, man, I don't have anything. I don't have anything else bad to say about this football team. I'm proud of these guys by how the way they came out and played. So yeah, you can take that. You can take that, Bears fans. All you who were expecting to whoop my ass, it didn't happen. At least not this week. But now let's just see how the Packers play against better football teams. Better for how the defense plays against teams who can protect their quarterbacks better. Because the Bears' offensive line sucks. So we'll see how that does. We'll see how Joe Love plays against better defenses. When all those things. We'll see how these things play out as the weeks go on. Well, as far as week one, loved it, baby. We got the W. Yeah, F the Bears, and I'm out of here. Go Pack, go.